Hobby was scared a little at first as Wen trembled. He could feel that Wen wasn't able to stand properly. Hobby took her into his arms and carried her into the washroom. Hobby was tensed, but he could feel kinda happy. But Wen had already thrown up and saliva was all over her clothes. Wen tried to break his embrace as everything was so messed up but couldn't. Hobby, I'm still angry on you and don't even try to move, otherwise I'll kiss you. Wen looked at him with teary eyes. Hobby made her to be seated on the counter at the washroom and cleaned up all her saliva. So, you have eaten nothing? Wen. I did, but Wen noticed that Hobby had already started unbuttoning her shirt. It'll stink. Wen. But I haven't brought any clothes, Hobby. But I have, and I guess my Wen had used my clothes in regular basis. One by one her shirt and her camisole were tossed on the laundry basket. One tightened her grip on her own trousers, but I know you could not control, but that doesn't mean I would let you to be in that, dear. One kind of blanked out as Hobby pulled her trousers down. Hobby, Van, step out from this and stop staring at me like a fool. Van closed her eyes, and all she could feel a oversized t-shirt was being put on her. Good girl, I thought you might be disobedient, but I'm impressed. Hobby teased her with those words while his fingers pulled her down. Step out and wash up your face and mouth, he told her while loosening his grip. Van opened her eyes and freshened up during Hobby's presence in the washroom. Van was about to get out of the washroom herself, but she was stopped by Hobby. I guess I'm the one who would throw tantrums. Van, but I'm not. Before she could finish this sentence, she was carried to the room by Hobby and she was gently laid down on the bed. Van, will you take forever to forgive me? Hobby, depends on your efforts. The next moment, one could feel Hobby's fingers under the t-shirt and her was unhooked. One felt relieved, but at the same time, she realized that her gonna be revealed. Her were grown a little bigger and had become more sensitive and quite painful too. She was hesitating a little. Hobby, I will switch on the lights if you keep doing like this. When actually my are a little sensitive and the lights were on in the next moment. Hobby, I think I need to check it, but why didn't you do the HCG test? When I wanted to celebrate it with you, Hobby. Though you didn't need to wait for me, but still, I want to thank you for waiting for me. The hotel room was bright like daylight, and Hobby pulled Van's t-shirt upward to remove it. Van quickly wrapped her waist with the thin blanket provided by the hotel. Hobby detached the straps and put her on the side table. So thick, but why? Van trying to cover her chest by crossing her hands. Mine are visible even after 3 layers of clothes, so Van was taken closer to Hobby and his hands gently removed her hands which were wrapping around her chest. Van closed her eyes as she sensed Hobby's touch on her sensitive chest. It was ticklish, yet painful. Hobby, open your eyes, Dr. Van. You must behave. Van, her eyes were still closed, but I am the patient and I am in my husband's embrace. Hobby smiled. Arasa, it might be a little painful, but let me check your. Vine didn't get the courage to scream as she felt the gentle touch on her. She slided her body towards Hobby and bit his arm mistakenly as she was going to bite the pillow, but it was too late for both of them. Hobby, as a doctor, wouldn't compromise with anything, so he kept examining her, tolerating her bite. His 2 thumbs, 2 index fingers, and 2 mid fingers were busy to examine. The Montgomery's tubercles are so beautiful. I have missed many things. One's cheeks became red as tomato as she heard that. She stopped biting and hid her face into the crook of his neck. Hobie patted gently on her shoulder. I think the endocrinologist was right. When I'm sleepy, Hobie covered both of them by the thin blanket. I think you're pregnant, but, Hobie, I don't know what to do. When, what do you mean by that, Hobie? I have many questions to ask, but as husband, I want to taste those pink cherries now. When covered her face with the blanket, whatever you want. Hobie, what if I taste this while listening your side of story? So tell me, why did you encourage me to have such fun time the whole night? Did you know that it would be the last time? When no, I didn't know clearly, but what can I say? It was kind of my instinct. I could feel that it was my last chance to be with you. I could feel that I should live my best night, and I knew that I was qualified, and I wanted to inform you that the next morning. But Hovi, was it too hard for travel that day? I was worried for you, but I couldn't contact you. When that was the sweetest pain I was experiencing. I wanted it to last longer. I wanted to feel your presence. Hobi cursed her ears. Why did you block yourself from my phone? When I don't know, I regretted for doing that, but then when I was getting ready, I thought it was the last time. I thought I would never be able to meet you. I thought I would never be able to feel you. Hobie sensed that Wen was getting emotional. He also suspected that Wen might be having hyperemesis gravidarum. Hobie, Wen, please don't say no. I want to suck your. I can't control myself anymore. Wen closed her eyes and smiled. Be gentle, please. Hobie pecked on her forehead and gently slid it down. Hobie wanted to suck it, nibble it, but stopped. All of a sudden, he recalled about Wen's morning sickness. He got up from the bed. Wen was still laying on the bed, being totally confused. Hobie looked at her while searching for something in his bag, and as he found it, he casually put it into his pocket, and after switching off the lights, he lay down beside her. Hobie, you still have the authority to ask me anything, dear, though I might not have the same. When nothing, I just assumed that you would leave me. I could feel what you had felt when I left you. Hobie, okay, anything else do you wanna ask me to do? When no, yeah, don't scold me, but do you want to intimate? Did you get up to bring protection? Hobie smiled while caressing her hair. I have postponed so many projects in Korea just to stay with you, and if I had to leave you, I would definitely not leave while you are naked on my bed. It's totally impossible for a man, and I would love to make love with you, my love, but I have to confirm many things about your health first. When do you wanna check if it belongs to you or not? Hobie, I have asked you about that, and I guess it's you who knows the answer. The test result might be wrong, might be false, but one yes or one no can change everything. When, believe me, I have the same fear. But why did you get up and what did you put into your pocket, Hobie? It's just a regular moisturizer we used to use. When, yeah, but what would you do with that at this hour? Hobie, okay, if a normal couple would come to you as they are going to be parents for the first time and they're total clueless, what would you suggest them? When, I would suggest the husband to take care of his wife. Hobie, how? What would he could do? How would he take care of her? When, like I would advise him to take care about her diet. Hobie, in first trimester, what's the most sensitive part of wannabe mom's body? When looked at his eyes and her face was so red, indicating she realized what Hobie wanted to do. Hobie smiled, looking at his dumb wife. Let me take care of you tonight. He took an amount of moisturizer on his palm and gently applied on her chest. Though Hobie was gentle, but still it was painful for her. She closed her eyes in pain and happiness. After some time, one was quite comfortable as Hobie massaged very carefully. When, what if you got to know that this is not your baby? Hobie, ah, these 2 months were frustrating enough, but now facing you is more frustrating. When, listen, I know you are the pregnant one, but it doesn't suppress the fact that I am the one who is angry. You must not try to fuel up my anger. Your poor health condition is already supplying enough oxygen. Don't do this again. I warn you. Now close your eyes and sleep. Being an obedient wife, one closed her eyes while enjoying massage. She was happy yet feeling guilty for leaving him in Seoul, for blocking herself from his number. A drop of tear escaped from her eyes. Hobie could feel a suppressed shiver in her body. Are you alright? Do you need to use the washroom? How are you feeling? When? I'm tired. I'm tired of living alone. Without you, I know I should be a little more independent, but I ended up being dependent on you. Hobie, can I ask you something? When? Please. Hobie, what was in your mind when we were enjoying the last night? When? I just wanted to make you happy and I just wanted to be happy. I actually thought it would disturb you if you got to know that I'm going to abroad to study, and I thought I at least had 1 week. So, Hobie, no, I'm asking about the consequences. When? I didn't think anything. I wanted to enjoy the moment only. Hobie, then why did you stop me from having the protection? When? Does anything taste good when it's packaged? Hobie, when you skipped your period on the first month, what was in your mind? When? I thought due to my lifestyle in Hamburg, it's delayed. Hobie, what's about the second month? When dealing with patients having complications in pregnancy, I couldn't imagine that it would be so easy for me to be pregnant, and as I suspected that I wanted to have a cute baby boy who would resemble you, I was planning how to take care of myself, how to take care of the baby. What if you deny the fact? But now I don't think I will be able to survive without you. Hobie, so you are saying that I'm spoiling you. When? Please spoil me. I don't want to let my insecure thoughts to capture my mind. Hobie, but I don't think I will be able to stay here throughout your pregnancy. But when? I know, I know you will not be able to be with me, but I hope it would be you whose palm would be placed on my baby bump and we will feel its kick for the first time together. Hobie, you are going to give birth a very romantic child, I guess. I will try to be with you in those days, but what if you would feel its movements in the middle of your classes? When? Then I would complete all the classes and would love to rush to you and will experience it all together. Hobie, what if it's a girl? When? I wish she would get all your dominating natures, your arrogance, your ego, and your talents. Hobie, wow, you're getting more straightforward. Good. What if it's a boy with this nature? When? It would be still okay. Hobie, what if the baby resembles you? When? Then you promise me to love more. Hobie, I will always love you. It's getting late. When? It's weekend and from Monday we have to attend the seminar. Hobie, close your eyes and no more talks. When made herself more cozy and comfortable in Hobie's embrace, she closed her eyes with a smile on her face. Hobie, Why are you smiling when I love you and thank you for believing me?